Okay, so we're going to talk about a synapse real quick here. Just go through what we talked about a couple of weeks ago. So the first thing that happens is we have an action potential come down, and I'm just, whoops, there we go. So we're going to say this is my action potential. Okay, so I don't have that on here, but this just equals action potential. Okay, remember an action potential is just change in membrane potential. And specifically, we're depolarizing each little piece of the membrane. So depolarizing here, which causes depolarization here, 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 so on and so forth. And eventually, we're going to reach these voltage-gated calcium channels. And when the action potential depolarizes the membrane next to those voltage-gated calcium channels, we have calcium rush into the cell. Okay, and it's going to happen over here and over here, right? And that will depolarize the cell. But really what that is that's the green light for exocytosis to occur. All right, and so remember, exocytosis is the movement of these vesicles. And remember, vesicles are just containers. They contain neurotransmitter, in this case. They contain other stuff, but for this, we're talking about neurotransmitter. And this neurotransmitter can go anywhere and everywhere. Okay, it's just diffusing across the synapse, and hopefully some of it comes into contact with these receptors here. Now, those blue receptors are ligand-gated channels, and they're going to be gated to a specific ion. All right, and so when that happens, you put the key, which is the neurotransmitter, into the door, and those channels will either will open up, and then an ion will either leave the cell or enter the cell based on its gradient, and then that will cause something further down the line. So if we're to go through this kind of in order, so step one, which is right here, so we get step one, action potential goes down axon. Okay. Step two is these gates open. So voltage gated channels open. And step three is calcium influx. I'm going to circle one. I should circle that. Okay, so we've got, this is 3 right here. And so then 4, this whole thing. Okay, so we have exocytosis, movement and release of the vesicles. So movement of the vesicles and release of their contents. And then 5, we have the neurotransmitter diffuse across synapse. And then hopefully neurotransmitter, so here's 5, and then 6 is going to be right here, and right here, and right here, and right here. That's 6. So neurotransmitter binds to ligand-gated channel. And that is how one neuron communicates with another. And I know we've already talked about this, but this is the same process that happens when a neuron communicates with a muscle cell. Only with a muscle cell, we get into a little more specific detail, and then we talk about what actually happens in the muscle cell.